Today I guide you through the very hype brand BDK Parfums, so if you're interested, let's go. A little intro before that is not related to that video. I just want to make something like a little announce basically. I'm thinking just yet to do like a new concept, a video that will be there once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. That would be a longer, much longer video, basically much more chill, without a lot of editing, much more natural. And basically I want this to be about news in the fragrance community, news, fragrance brand, new perfume, things that are touching basically the perfume industry in general, and also maybe like respond to some comments in positive or negative. It could touch any subject really, but that would be much more like a news feed basically for you on the fragrances world. I'll tell you already, there's not going to be a lot of drama with influencer and stuff like that, because this is not my stuff and I like to stay in my own bubble. I am my own safe place, so I don't want it to be drama. Maybe I will be able to talk about some stuff at some point, because this would be a long format, but it will be much more organized. I will work more on the subject, so it will take me like a longer time. That's why it will not be crazy regular. So if that's something that you would like to see, please tell me in the comments, because I need to know, otherwise I won't do it, you know. So if you're interested, just tell me, yeah, I'm up for it. And if you have any idea, any subject that you would like me to include in the first edition of the video, let me know. This will happen probably in a month or something like that, because I'm going on holiday before. It's a shopping guide for BDK Parfums. Just to let you know, it's not going to be a whole in-depth review, but just to guide you and to make you feel at the end of the video like, yeah, I maybe want to get a BDK, I maybe want to get some sample, or I would like to get this fragrance. It's not sponsored, it's just me that decided to talk about the fragrance I enjoy in the brand as a top 10, and the fragrance I highly recommend you to try, and for who it is exactly. Voilà. So BDK Parfums is an independent perfume house based in Paris, and basically you have high qualitative material. It's quite creative, but at the same time quite safe. I usually call it the bank of signature scents because they are creative but also very easy to wear and versatile. The creator of the brand is David Benedek, and he studied economic and management before being specialized into perfumery. The brand shows a communication that is really made in France. If you're looking for some quality, but at the same time something that is going to be easy to approach. So you have 4 collections into BDK. Collection Parisienne. So this one, the Parisian one, is basically signature scent. They are easy to wear, and if you want to discover the brand, I highly recommend you to start with this one. Then you have the collection Matière. Each perfume will focus on 1 or 2 ingredients maximum, so it's a little bit more in depth really. You have the collection Azur. This is basically the summery ones, very fresh, juicy notes. And you have the collection Exclusive. Those ones are much more deeper, luxurious blend, a little bit more intense, and you also a little bit more on the price point, because the bottle are approximately £195 compared to the signature, for example, that would be 155. For me, the price makes sense compared to the fragrance you have, because this is definitely something that you won't be bored of. So if you're looking for something smooth, especially you love the cashmere accord, and you are in a style that is less is more, you want to feel elegant, but at the same time, you want to show a bit of something unique, this is really a good brand for you. Number 10, Tubereuse Imperiale. So this is basically a thick, very feminine, floral scent. I say feminine, but this is really the idea that it gives. But honestly, like floral, especially tuberose, I think are beautiful on men too. Anyway, but it feels very lush. You have a lot of vanilla. For me, it smells a bit sweeter. I've smelled tuberose that was heavier, to be honest, so it's a nice one, but for me, like compare, for example, if I really wanted to go to a heavy creamy tuberose, I would probably go for Carnal Flower, for example. Number 9 is Bouquet de Hongrie. That's basically a fruity, sweet scent. It's really good for daytime, it feels quite elegant. What I like is basically the fruity pear note that gives something quite innocent, quite you know, you don't want to give too much basically. It's like sweet, nice for daytime. It's not very complicated, but I have to say I find it elegant. Oh, someone is knocking at the door. Next one is Citrus Riviera. So this is basically a citrus white floral. You've seen that DNA a lot, to be honest. It feels very fresh, very juicy, and the flowers give something very uplifting. It smells a little bit greener, so it does have the vibe that is maybe going through the masculine for some people. For me, I don't care personally, so I don't mind. Lemon, watery note, so a splash of water, really. But it does have this green dry down with, for example, vetiver and eucalyptus. Personally, I find them nice, but when I wear citrus fragrances, I really want something special, and this one for me is a little bit too simple. TUBEREUSE, that's a fragrance that is really interesting. It's quite unique, and you go for something a little bit edgy. It's deeper, it's sexy, and you have basically a spicy rose. I find this fragrance very unisex. How much I would love to smell that on a man. I think this is so sexy. With a mix of chocolate tobacco. For me, it's a perfect tobacco scent. I love that. It's not too smoky, you know. When you put plum with tobacco, it's sexy. It's just sexy, full on, very mysterious as well. If you like that deep, dark character, you're gonna love that. A bit vamp, this is for you. It's Pas Ce Soir. So Pas Ce Soir is a white floral and it's very uplifting. The uplifting note is given by ginger, and basically ginger always gives something that is spicy but fizzy. You know, it puts the fragrance something quite airy. I love the addition of the quince. This is quite a rare ingredient into fragrance as a fruit, and quince note gives something a little bit innocent, like jasmine and of course cashmere. And when I was telling you that BDK loves smooth and cashmere and fragrance, and this is personally what I adore with the scent, is you can feel something quite velvety basically in the scent, and you can feel that in this fragrance, but it's at the same time quite uplifting. I love that. I think it's super versatile again, even when you want to feel a bit sensual for daytime. Is Velvet Tonka. It's basically a vanilla sweet fragrance, so this is much more heavier. And when I tell you, actually, I was talking about something velvety, we're going a little bit upper in the velvet, in the smoothness. It's just super creamy. I found this fragrance a little bit original as well. Slightly gourmand note with crunchy note, I'd say, with almond, tobacco, tonka bean, vanilla. So basically, the composition feels very vanilla-like but roasted, and that's the scent of tonka bean. I love how much this is alluring. It's heavy and very addictive. Once you start to smell that, you want to smell it again. I definitely feel that this is gonna be like when you want to feel a bit attractive, that's a great one, but also when you want to feel comfy. This is probably something that you will be more willing to wear in winter. I'd personally say that it smells a bit like marzipan to me. Love that. Number 4 is Crème de Cuir, and this is quite funny because Crème de Cuir, I try to Englicize everything. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to make my French more English. Means creamy, or if you like, you know, my translation is not the best, but creamy leather, basically. And it's funny because it's not really leathery. If you expect like full-on leather, it's no. It's basically more musky and powdery. When I say musky, is that like that cocooning, like you're on a cloud. There's some quite unusual ingredient, and that's the beauty of BDK. They make something quite simple with different ingredients. Pineapple, but also suede. So really the leathery accord is given by suede, and it's very delicate, you know. It's going like this, but usually when you have a sweet fragrance, you smell that slightly leathery, you know, handbag smell, but it's like delicate in the fragrance. Cashmere, of course, because they love it, you know, I told you. So cashmere, super like comfy, like a hoodie, an intoxication of musk, so it's very powdery. And I have to say, despite being quite intimate, this leaves an amazing sillage because of this powdery musky trail. We're going in my top 3. I have to talk about Rouge Smoking. I love this. I live on decant with that, you know, like I'm always like, I'm gonna buy it. But because those fragrances are quite simple, but they're very efficient, every time I smell something complicated, I pick this bottle. But I love Rouge Smoking. It's been a long time in my handbag for anything like a dinner, for example, because I find this fragrance not offensive but extremely sexy. A lot of people are gonna like it. It's very pleasant, which I find perfect for dinner date or for date in general. A cherry vanilla scent, tonka bean and cashmere. And when I say cherry vanilla, usually you might think, oh, maybe it's gonna be a bit girly. It's not. I think for me this is a great one for all ages, maybe even more for someone a little bit mature that want to feel sexy, because you don't have to smell always super sweet. You feel sexy. Yes, it's sweet, but it's not heady. Vanille Leather, that's a new one, and it's directly going to my number 2 because I love this. Oh my god, guys, this is mesmerizing. The name of the fragrance is terminated by leather, and I don't feel it's very leathery. You feel it, it's there, but it's not very leathery at all. You can feel much more that vanilla tuberose like, and the tuberose jasmine blend, and basically it feels very creamy and round. What I like is the addition of pink pepper on top. So pink pepper gives something a bit fizzy to a fragrance, and it gives freshness without using citrus. And I love that because it's a great way to have something that is gonna be versatile, because if you put just the composition as it is, like tuberose, vanilla, benzoin, leather, like you get something that you're only gonna wear in winter, let's face it, because it's gonna be too heavy. With the pink pepper, I feel it gives something a little bit more versatile, but it's one of the deepest, to me at least. I think it's so beautiful. If there's a fragrance you have to try this year, please try this. This is a hit, like it's so beautiful. My top one is Gris Charnel. That's also the most popular. And when I say Gris Charnel, I'm talking also about the extract. They're quite different. The extract is like more deeper. You have more fig to me, actually. So, you know, like it's more richer, deeper. Both are beautiful. I still have a crush. To be honest, I've been trying the extract for a few days on my skin and trying the classic for a few days again on my skin, even though the classic I'm very well used to. It's my hair perfume for every day. I've got the hair perfume, they're amazing. Oh, by the way, guys, if you ever try the hair perfume from BDK, they have a full collection. They are amazing. Like your hair, when you move, wow, like, and so many compliments of people because of those hair perfumes. So I recommend you to try them, especially the Gris Charnel. Gris Charnel smell, the classic I'm talking, it smells very sandalwood like. It's a wood that is at the same time quite soft but sharp, because it's nearly like you know working on the wood. You can smell that scent, very woody, powdery dryness of wood, but at the same time it's not a deep wood, you know, it's not dark. It's quite warm and spicy, but the spiciness is cardamom, and I feel this is giving something very approachable, and it's the most versatile fragrance you will ever see. Like, definitely it's an amazing investment. For £155, I'm telling you, this fragrance, you're gonna empty it, even with a big collection of fragrance, very quickly. It is also very office friendly. A lot of BDK fragrance are very office friendly, to be honest, but this one, for me, it just gives something, a buzz vibe, but decontracted. Someone that is approachable, but at the same time you're like, wow, she's classy, or is classy. A sharp woody scent like this on women is the most elegant thing ever. And because it's very sensual as well, it's lingering on your skin like a veil, leaving a delicate but beautiful sillage. You can smell it. It's magnificent. I love this fragrance, and I love how simple it is. It's like, you know, you smell it, you're like, yeah, it's simple, but you will love it. You will love it. It's lingering on your skin. Lingering. Iris with sandalwood gives something overall smooth, powdery. So if you don't like powdery fragrance, that's not for you, but it's so beautiful. This will make any woman starting to like woody fragrance, and I think we desperately need that, because you know, like when you go to design a fragrance, it's always like fruity, floral. I do love a fruity floral, but sometimes we are lacking our pure woody fragrance, and this is one, that personally suits beautifully a feminine style. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review of BDK. As you can see, like, this is a house in general that I love. I personally really love, especially the top 5. The rest, I like them, but I will not be there to buy a bottle. Sometimes they feel a bit too simple for me. For example, like the citrus collection, that I feel a bit simple. If you have to sample some fragrance, I'd recommend to at least smell the top 5 if you enjoy yourself like that, or in a perfumery store, whatever, because they're beautiful. But the rest, sometimes they feel a little bit too simple. So it's really, it depends. But in general, the house is very consistent, with amazing quality of ingredient, amazing depth in the fragrance, and this DNA of something that is really fusioning with my skin and smooth. I love it. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Tell me which is your favorite BDK, or if you don't like it, you know, you have the right to not like it. Let me know about the video project I told you at the beginning. I would really like to know your opinion on that, or if you have any subject you want me to talk about in this longer format. aroma. Anyway, I will see you very soon. Have a lovely vacation if you do have. If you're working, good luck, stay strong. See you soon. Bye now.
Je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.